Yung history nga ng pandarambong nito ay daan-daan kundi trilyong piso na. Trilyong piso ang dinambong na nitong Meralco sa sambayan ng Pilipino.
ABS-CBN again did not pay its rightful taxes. It avoided this by entering into compromise agreement with the Bureau of Internal Revenue, with the latter accepting the settlement of 152 million pesos plus from ABS-CBN, equivalent to only 40% of its assessed deficiency in income tax, value-added tax, and documentary stamp tax payments.
My final point dito sa diskusyon natin sa Meralco. Tama ka, Kaado, no? You have exposed this Cusi, Secretary of Energy, na pinoproteksyonan itong mga oligarchs, pinoproteksyonan itong dambong nitong mga oligarchs dito sa kuryente natin. Itong si Agnes de
Bakit hindi niya po proteksyonan yan? Owner din siya ng power company. Asosyo ng mga Alcantara yan.
At saka,
Sino ba si Cusi? Tao ni Alcantara. Tao ni Abuitis. Tao ni Gloria Macapagal-Arroyo yan. Yumaman yan dahil sa mga behest loans na nakuha niya sa Development Bank of the Philippines para doon sa kanyang Star Ferry. Naging, hindi ba biglang nagkaroon ng 6 na bilyong pera yan? Biglang si Cusi ang pinakamayaman na cabinet member dahil muntik nang malampasan si Cynthia Villar dahil binenta niya yung Star Ferry niya kay Dennis Uy. Kaya, nako, mga kabansa, hindi dahil mga taga Mindanao ang in power ngayon, absuelto na yung mga yan. Meron din kalokohan at sindikatong nagaganap ngayon, At yan ay mga taong nakapaligid sa presidente.
my point ka,
pinoproteksyonan ni Alfonso Cusi. Ito, ibibigay ko sa iyo, Kamentong, yung case number na ipinanalo ang Nasikore, yung Public Advocacy Group, GR number 227670. Yung sinasabi ko na nagdesisyon na ang Supreme Court. Ngayon, bakit hindi implement ng executive kung ang NTC in-implement yung doon sa franchise ng ABS-CBN? Bakit pagdating sa Meralco, natatameme sila? Pare-pareho rin naman mga oligarko yan.
That's right.
Kaya, mga kabansa, wag natin kalilimutan na hindi lamang si Presidente Duterte ang gobyerno. Unang-una, 3 ang branches ng government. Sa Congress, ilan ang congressman, ilan ang senador? Siguro mga 300 na yung mga baboons na yan. No? Alam niyo kung bakit baboons? Ang tawag sa grupo ng mga baboon, mga unggoy. Checkin nyo sa dictionary. Congress. At sa cabinet, ganyan din. Maraming mga tao dyan na hindi naman talaga kay presidente. At tuluyan ang kanilang pagnanakaw. Ang governor dito sa stimulus package, ito special amelioration fund. Bakit yung ibang mga mayor humingi na extension? Humihingi pa ng pera. Nagkakapera sila eh. Whichever way, Meralco can play the game and win-win siya. Samantalang ang consumer lose-lose.
My distinguished colleagues, hindi po nag-comply sa batas ang ABS-CBN, kaya hindi po sila pwedeng lumabas at magpalabas. Those opposing the franchise application of ABS-CBN will show with clear and convincing evidence that ABS-CBN did not comply with the terms and conditions of its franchise, as well as our laws and the Constitution. In fact, they will show in the succeeding hearings of the Committee on Legislative Franchises that ABS-CBN deliberately and with impunity violated the conditions of its legislative franchise and more so of our laws and the Constitution. Violation of the Constitution. Number one, franchise is longer than 50 years. Hindi na po dapat payagan itong pagre-renew ng prangkisa ng ABS-CBN. Dapat na pong isara ang pinto para sa kanila. Bakit po? Because the ABS-CBN has been using the airwaves for more than 50 years. 53 years today, to be exact. Foreign ownership. Puntahan naman po natin ang muling pagbubukas ng ABS-CBN noong 1986. Pati po kasi noong panahon yun ay may paglabag na rin sa ating saligang batas. Ano po kaya yun? Dahil Amerikano at hindi Pilipino ang may-ari at namahala sa ABS-CBN na mariing ipinagbabawal ang saligang batas. Congress should deny the franchise application of ABS-CBN for its clear violation of the Constitution, requiring 100% Filipino ownership and management of mass media companies. ABS-CBN's former president, Mr. Eugenio Gabi Lopez III, was an American citizen when he took the helm of the company in 1986 as director, then president, and then chairman in the later years. Violation of workers' rights under the Constitution. ABS-CBN violated the rights of its own workers. It denied them their just share in production as required by the Constitution. It committed unfair labor practices, which consequently denied its employees the benefits required by law to be provided to all employees. ABS-CBN has not regularized its contractual workers and talents despite performing the functions of regular workers. It even forced some of its workers to sign employment contracts containing waiver of the right to regularization. And those who refuse were unceremoniously terminated. Political bias. ABS-CBN has been biased and partisan in favor of particular candidates and against certain candidates during the 2010 and 2016 presidential elections, contrary to the terms of its franchise and in violation of the Omnibus Election Code. Hindi naman po lingid sa kalaman ng marami, kung hindi man lahat, kung paano naging pro-Noynoy Aquino ang ABS-CBN noong 2010 at pro-Grace po at Leni Robredo naman noong 2016. It is also a matter of record that ABS-CBN failed to air some of President Duterte's political advertisements during the 2016 campaign period, despite receiving the payment for said political ads. Multiple channels in one franchise. Mga kababayan, inabuso po ng ABS-CBN ang kanilang prangkisa. Sa hindi nila may paliwanag na dahilan o maaari namang sinadya na gamitin ang kanyang prangkisa para sa isang channel lamang, pero gumamit pa ng ibang prangkisa ng telekomunikasyon na hindi naman pang broadcast upang mas kumita at makapagbenta sa pamamagitan ng maraming channels. ABS-CBN violated the terms and conditions of its franchise by offering its TV Plus boxes for a one-time fee but using the free-to-air signal authorized in the franchise granted by Congress at no cost to ABS-CBN. Tubong lugaw, ika nga. But this practice of ABS-CBN without permission from Congress or the National Telecommunication Commission is killing the cable industry, which depends on monthly based subscription of its clientele. At bukod po sa pagbebenta ng TV Plus box sa publiko, sa Kapamilya Box Office Channel na nakapaloob dito, ay nagawa pang maningil ang ABS-CBN sa bawat pelikulang gustong mapanood ng publiko sa KBO channel. Ibinenta na nga ang TV Plus box, ibinenta pa rin ang mga palabas na pwedeng mapanood sa TV Plus box. Dobleng tubong lugaw na po ito. Hindi po saklaw ang mga ito sa prangkisa na ipinagkaloob ng Kongreso sa ABS-CBN. Tax evasion. ABS-CBN also violated the terms and conditions of its franchise by engaging in tax avoidance schemes, which deprived the government of the much-needed revenue. It used its wholly owned subsidiary, Big Dipper Digital Content and Design, Inc., a PESA-registered company, as tax shield. Its main customer is ABS-CBN Hungary. And because of this unconscionable tax avoidance scheme, ABS-CBN alleged effective tax rate in 2018 was at negative 5%. This means that ABS-CBN managed to avoid paying taxes in 2018. In 2019, ABS-CBN again did not pay its rightful taxes. It avoided this by entering into compromise agreement with the Bureau of Internal Revenue, with the latter accepting the settlement of 152 million pesos plus from ABS-CBN, equivalent to only 40% of its assessed deficiency in income tax, value-added tax, and documentary stamp tax payments. But this is only one among the 4 other cases lodged by the BIR at the Court of Tax Appeals, all of which were also settled by compromise. The House of Representatives should endeavor not to grant the franchise application of ABS-CBN because it has deliberately flouted the Constitution and other related laws. Even the terms and conditions of its previous franchise to suit its own business and political interest, but to the prejudice of the greater good.